it's taking us longer to process the two-page ballot.
Tonight at 6, hundreds of thousands of ballots still need to be counted in Maricopa County and elsewhere in the state as more election results roll in. A man suspected of shooting and wounding 2 people in the valley is captured in southern Arizona following a law enforcement pursuit. The latest on the investigation. Plus,
it's a very violating thing when you leave for work one day and you get a phone call and you have nothing to come home to, no clothes, no furniture, no food, no water.
Firefighters are gaining some ground in their battle against that destructive wildfire in Ventura County, California. Coming up.
Thanks for joining us first tonight at 6, 3 days after the election, and many Arizona counties are nowhere close to being done counting and curing ballots. The state's largest county, Maricopa, still has hundreds of thousands of ballots that are left to tabulate. Workers have been busy processing ballots and election results, and they have been working 12-hour shifts. Those results have been updating daily. But so far, no winners have been declared yet in some very key races. And as the days wear on, more and more people are wondering why it's taking so long. Fox 10's Brian Webb has more on that tonight.
Early figures show that 2.1 million ballots or more came into Maricopa County during this election, likely an 81% turnout, very similar to 2020. But as we've been reporting, there are several laws in Arizona that can slow things down compared to other states. A peek inside Maricopa County's election office. Election workers busy counting ballots with nearly 500,000 to go, including the 210,000 ballots dropped off on Election Day.
That is just the beginning of the process. Those then need to be brought in the following day. We checked signature verification to make sure that the person who voted that ballot is actually the same name as, the person on the outside of the envelope.
Here's a breakdown. There are an estimated 450,000 ballots left to count in the county. 274,000 of them are early ballots. 155,000 are ready for tabulation, and another 21,000 need additional research. But Supervisor Bill Gates says on Election Day and the days after, things are mostly running smoothly, just like they did in 2020.
When you get down to were people's votes counted, that's exactly the same. I think that you have different results this time around. That's really driving a lot of this.
Gates says there are several laws in Arizona that do slow things down, like counting late mail-in ballots that arrive on Election Day. And this election, the two-page ballot packed with propositions.
So 2.1 million voters equals 4.2 million pieces of paper that have to be processed and run through the tabulators. So all we do in Maricopa County is follow the law.
Gates says the county is on track to finish all ballot counting in 10 to 13 days after the election, which is exactly what they predicted, and they are set to certify the vote on schedule November 21st. In Phoenix, Brian Webb, Fox 10 News.
You decide tonight. Arizona and the country still awaiting the results of the U.S. Senate race between Republican Kari Lake and Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego. Here's a look at the latest numbers now from the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Gallego's lead right now over Lake has been shrinking over the past 24 hours. He is currently ahead by more than 35,000 votes. The winner of this race will replace outgoing independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema on Capitol Hill. And it's been back and forth with the results in Arizona's 6th congressional district race. Right now, Republican Congressman Juan Ciscomani is leading Democrat Kirsten Engel by 1,560 votes. But earlier today, she was in the lead by 200 votes. Ciscomani is serving his first term in Congress. Engel is a former state lawmaker. Tonight, we're learning more about a chaotic chain of events that started with a double shooting and ended with a barricade situation over 100 miles away. The trouble started at 1:40 in the morning at a house near 48th Avenue in McDowell. 2 people were shot there, and then the suspect took off, leading police on a chase all the way to the Marana area, which is just north of Tucson. The suspect then barricaded himself in his car, blocking traffic and causing a traffic nightmare for morning commuters. He did eventually surrender. A man who woke up to the commotion this morning tells us his neighborhood is getting scary after living there for 30 years.
My wife, she coming from work at 5 o'clock. I looked at, she told me it's a whole bunch of cops over here, but coming outside, and there was a lot of activity of police.
What was that like for you? Scary or?
No, they're scared because it's shootings everywhere. You know? Here's this neighborhood, Nobody respect anything.
Both people who were shot are expected to survive. Tonight, the suspect is identified as 28-year-old Luis Lopez Gutierrez. We're still waiting to learn what led up to those shootings. Firefighters are making progress in their battle against that massive wildfire in Ventura County, California, that has now destroyed more than 130 homes. The strong winds there are starting to finally subside, and red flag warnings, they've expired in Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Tonight, the mountain fire is 7% contained. And this is video from inside the Ventura County Firehawk helicopter performing water drops on Thursday. More than 2,400 firefighters are on the front lines, and those precision water drops have really helped as they try to get a handle on that fire. It started on Wednesday. The strong winds there fueling the fast-moving flames in the Camarillo area, putting more than 10,000 people under evacuation orders. The fire has charred 32 square miles. In addition to the homes destroyed, nearly 90 others were damaged. A lot of residents say they lost everything.
Where we're standing right now is our front porch where you come out of our front door. Our front door is actually still on the ground, our security gate. It definitely is, it is a very violating thing when you leave for work one day and you get a phone call and you have nothing to come home to, no clothes, no furniture, no food, no water.
Come over here, you can even see the ocean right here. I mean, it's amazing. It's a lot to take in. My mom she hasn't even come up to the property yet. She's devastated.
California Governor Gavin Newsom has proclaimed a state of emergency in Ventura County. And a state of emergency in New Mexico after a powerful winter storm there. Tens of thousands of people lost power, schools were closed, traffic brought to a standstill along the I-40. This is video from Santa Rosa. It's about 125 miles east of Albuquerque. As much as 4 feet of snow is expected today in some places.